judge. You want to talk to the judge? I talk to an attorney, a bailiff, the judge. Why can't I go inside? Because I will not put on a mask. Should Amram and Jochebed had murdered their baby boy Moses? Should Moses have refused to set the slaves free from Egypt? Should the patriots of Concord Bridge refuse to fire the shot heard round the world? Should Esther have refused to go into the king's palace unsummoned? No. Had any of them had refused to do what God called them to do, we would not be here today. Had our military men who stormed the beaches of Normandy should refuse to go up those bloody beaches and defeat Nazi Germany? No, we would not have the freedoms we have today. Because they stood, we can stand, and we refuse to bow. J.R.R. Tolkien, you know him, he wrote The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings. All of this generation should know who he is. He said it is not our part to master all the tides of the world, but to do what is set in us for the succor of the years wherein we are set, uprooting the evil in the fields that we know, so that those who come behind us have clean fields to till. What weather they shall have is not ours to tell. We will never put a mask on our face, even to go in and face our false accusers and these unjust judges who are slandering us, falsely accusing us because we refuse to stop having church, because we refuse to bow to your anti-constitutional, unlawful mask mandates and social distancing mandates. After 150 days, we've already proven, after no deaths in our church, that the masks do not work. The masks are unlawful. Number one, a mask's face represents breaking the 9th commandment of thou shalt not bear false witness. When I put a mask on my face, I'm bearing false witness to you as my neighbor that you're safe when I put this mask on. Don't you feel safer? It's false witness. It's false witness to me, for me to think that you make me safer by wearing a mask. It's false witness because the executive branch and our state governor, John Bell Edwards, who is giving unlawful orders in requiring us to wear masks, he's bearing false witness. He does not have that authority to require me to put on a mask. That has to be done by the legislative branch of the state of Louisiana. If this is so important, why not call an emergency session and get our legislators, all, however many of them, 106 of them, to pass a law for me to put on a mask. And then I will determine if I'm going to break that law or comply to the law. But your mandates have no weight at all. The bailiffs in this courtroom are wearing their chin guard mask under their nose and on top of their bottom lip. Total hypocritical. These are false standards, false weights, false balances. Christians have a reputation to uphold. Our reputation is fearlessness. Our reputation is strength, power, honor, ambassadors of Jesus Christ. Masks represent fear and weak knees. which does not go with Christianity. Masks represent a false witness. Masks represent cowardice. Pastor Spell, just put on your mask and go face your accusers. No, I will never bow. We should never cave in to unlawful orders. When Pharaoh ordered Jochebed to murder baby boy Moses, she refused to comply. We refused to comply. Rosa Parks refused to comply to move off of that ignorant bus seat. Just give him your bus seat. No. And she won 9-0 in the United States Supreme Court. We're not going to put on your mask just to make you feel tough over us, God-fearing, Christian, freedom-loving Americans. I would have to repent to my grandfather who spent 37 months in the prisoner of war camp in North Korea. I'm not willing to do that. It's necessary that you put on the mask, Pastor Spell. You little pansy mayor and governor and judge, you got me standing out here in the sun when I had 980 people in my congregation Sunday morning without masks, but I can't go in this little RIN 1010 courthouse without a mask. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Don't you like how I keep calm? William Pitt said necessity is the plea of the infringement upon every human freedom. It is the argument of tyrants, it is the creed of slaves. It's necessary that you put on this mask. No, we don't go back because we're not sheep. We're lions, and we're fearless in the face of our enemies. Our enemies want to defame our character as Christians because we go to church, because we don't social distance. We'll tell that to the 160 people we just baptized in the past 21 weeks. And tell that to the people who have been miraculously healed. And tell that to all the members of my church who have been terminated from their employment because they will not put on a mask. Just put it on. Just murder your baby, Jochebed. Just quit praying, Daniel. Just bow, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We will never comply. Here we are. Just pay your fines. No. To admit to something that we're not guilty of, it's a false witness. So we're going to follow up on this after we leave this courthouse today. If we go to jail, we'll post bail and get out. If we don't get out, some of y'all need to start a prison ministry. Come in there and preach to me. But we'll never comply, we'll never bow. We're not going to put on a mask. I'm not going to bear false witness. God bless you.